You clicked on this video because you're one of two people. Either you like manga more than anime and want to hear why I don't, or you like anime more than manga and want to see if you and I have the same views on it. Well, just hit the subscribe button and let's get right into it. I've always been more of a visual learner, ever since I was a kid. I like to see things done, in this case, animation. Animation is very fluent and you get to actually see the character speed, for example, and how it looks and how it sounds and how fast they actually are, or how it is when they activate a new power up. You can feel the emotion coming from them. That's just something that manga doesn't do for me. But again, I'm a visual learner, and manga to me has obviously better art than anime, no matter how hard they try to bring it to life. Manga art is just usually always better. I just like seeing the characters move around and interact with each other and have more explanations. Versus manga, it's very straight to the point, and some character interactions are limited because there isn't enough screen time for them in a weekly or a monthly manga. Anime gets to dive more into characters and give them some more depth as a character because the expanded dialogue and added scenes that you don't get from the manga. Also, the sounds, I don't know about you, but me, let's say a swordsman in anime is slicing around and fighting or fighting other swordsmen like Zoro, Tanjiro, Sasuke. Those crispy sounds of the sword coming out of the sheath or the sounds of them clashing really bring the scene to life, and in the manga you don't get that. In the manga you get a little bubble with sound written out. That for me just doesn't get me as hype like it would if I was watching it in the anime with the sound and maybe the wind blowing in the background, them adding the music, the soundtrack. It hypes up the moment. I can't personally feel the intenseness from the word bubble like I can from anime. Now, don't get me wrong, we wouldn't have anime without manga. Let's just get that straight, and if you truly appreciate art, then manga might be more up your alley. It's just harder for me to relate to characters and scenes when I'm waiting for it and I see still shots of drawings versus seeing it fluent and seeing the background art and the music setting the scenes and the character voices trembling or getting angry or scared. That's what really attracts me more, I guess, to the characters. It's something that only anime can give me and allow me to relate to. What I will say, besides about the art usually being better in the manga than in the anime, is that manga to me usually has better pacing. For example, a 15-page weekly chapter is better paced than one episode per week for anime. And I say that because if they make one episode a chapter, like let's say One Piece, or even let's say like a 40-page manga chapter goes into an episode. They make that into an episode, and that episode based off 15 pages has to add so many extra scenes in order to make it 23 minutes long that it feels like it's dragging on the series. And then for that 40-page episode, you can also feel it kind of dragging along, but you do get more like anime added scenes into it. But depending on like what's happening, or like let's say there's a power up coming or something intense is going to happen and they try to save it for the end of the episode, you can kind of feel it dragging on. Manga is just very fluent, and that's because the true creator of the series is behind it. Not saying they don't have influence on the anime, they usually do have some type of influence in storyboarding, characters and stuff like that, or maybe adding scenes. But because anime comes from the manga, anime isn't the true original source. The mangaka is, unless you're watching an anime that has like no original source and it's an anime only made by, directors and storyboard writers and stuff like that. I personally appreciate manga for what it is and what it's given us. I respect it like no other. I just feel like it's better to watch anime because you truly get to appreciate everything that is in the manga come to life, and you get to hear how emotional that scream was, or you get to see how scared the character was. You get to feel the emotion when that character died, the scene setting, the music, everything going on like that, everybody's voices. But don't get me wrong, there has been plenty of times that the anime has dropped the ball with the manga art in certain scenes. Like, for example, let's just say My Hero. I've seen a lot of manga panels on Twitter or X versus how the anime did it, and it's extremely disappointing. So that's why I also say, like I said earlier, that the art in the manga is usually better than the anime. And lastly, the colors. The manga is usually black and white for the most part, and you have to wait years for the color volume to come out. But still, shout out to all the Twitter and the X artists out there that make some sick colorings to kind of bring the panels more to life when the chapters drop. I do like it, but anime brings the characters more to life for me, and the colors are usually a little bit more vibrant or defined than most manga, because most manga are black and white. To me, anime is just more enjoyable and I relate to it a little bit more. With that being said, guys, subscribe if you like anime more than manga, and leave a like on this video if you feel manga is better than anime. Yanko Sensei, out.